Hey, see that last time I did one of these, someone said I look skinny like Tum 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 Sahur. I guess I am become mean. Anyway, what's going on? Welcome back to your favourite anti-woke comedian. Right here on this channel. Pretty great. And by the way, the divorce proceedings are going very well. So I actually thought I'd talk to some of you, my favourite anti-wokians, to talk about what summer you're having. Everyone's having this summer, this, that summer, that. X summer, Y summer, and the way people be talking on Instagram, it's almost always the next summer, alright? I'm having the next summer, oh no, with the divorce. Anyway, so this is enough of that, it's time to talk to you. What's your summer plans, man, on TV?
Oh there, my good friend, keep crushing the woke. And by the way, I'm having an okay computer summer, because I want to kill them.
Whoa! Okay, I don't know about that. I mean, sorry, it's very low budget, so I am literally the only camera I can't afford it. You know, divorce proceedings and all that. So, I will apologise for the first time in my life. But not to the wokies, ugh, fuck you. But yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. But anyway, what summer am I having? Some people may ask. And, I mean, I'm already having the X summer, because, you know, stupid wife trying to divorce me. What's wrong with getting radicalised by Scarlett Johansson Facebook AI anyway? Loser. But, I can tell you what summer I'm not having. What's that woke Kamala Harris one with the fucking green background from last year? I'm not having that. Wait, it's about having freedom and taking lots of cocaine? Well, I retract that, because count me the fuck in, because to get through this divorce, I need some of that cocaine, am I right? So yes, even I, the anti-woke god, am counted the fuck in with the Bye, gay people, we don't have to be nice to you anymore. Call me capitalism. So, welcome to In a Nutshell, episode July, and if you've not done this before, I might as well give you a rundown on how the show goes. So, in a nutshell, we delve into the month's events, we do this every month, and explore all of the not too depressing stuff, and have a little show and dance. Sometimes there's skits, sometimes there's fake ads, sometimes it's a whole mess, you know, it's a massive mess. You might find it funny, you probably won't, because I'm not that funny. So I don't really know why I made this show. And, wait, what's that? The viewer retention's going down. Editor had 5 fucking explosions. Let's go. Put me on Mars. I don't care what you do. We need to get that retention up, guys. Because the last one was a 2 out of 10, like 3 days in. And we've got to get to the number 1 here. Yeah. To be fair, we probably shouldn't be too bad. There's a dog there. That should get views. Anyway, so let's start off with the personal achievement. Here at the Ian camp, we actually discovered the unknown outside. Here's my outside correspondent with more information. Ah! Take me back! Ah! Thank you, our outside correspondent, for corresponding. Anyway, let's actually begin the month's stories in 3, 2, 1. Guys, do you want to see a magic trick and this dog disappear? So upon the resurgence of the Stop Killing Games movement, streamer Pirate Software denied that his video killed the movement initially, and stuck by his complete misinterpretation. Before I say anything, the SWAT and death threats that he is alleged to have happened to him are too far, obviously. However, that's something the trumpet did.
Did you guys hear Trump died?
Anyway, our Sainsbury's correspondent has something to say.
Hello, so what better place is there to talk about sex offenders than the middle of a Sainsbury's? Right, let's go. Right then, so Diddy was found not guilty of sex trafficking, and Jeffrey Epstein's evidence does not exist. Can't see a reason for that happening. In other news, Greg Wallace has been finally, permanently sacked from the BBC due to him having multiple alleged misconduct allegations. He has since blamed his autism for him constantly flashing people. So, Nico Alamana, if you're watching this, it would be an interesting test in the middle of the Sainsbury's to, randomly get your cock out. So not only if you're autistic can you do the Nazi salute, you can also sexually harass people and get away with it. Apparently that's what I'm being told. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you to our Sainsbury's correspondent there, and if there is any lesson to take from that, it's that it's time to join the freaking America party! Yeah! Anyway, let's carry on. So this month, like every other month, has been littered with some of the worst news ever.
You are the youngest person ever.
Yeah, that checks out. So here's some good news to make you happier for like 1 minute. Creator Clash got cancelled! Of course, sorry to the organisers and all that, but honestly, I'm glad because Tubbo and Sapnap are now no longer fighting in what would have been the most insufferable event of all time. And that's with Jake Paul having a career in the sport, so well done, guys. Could only be the dream SMP, couldn't it? Anyway, now for an anecdote. Not to brag, but I absolutely owned Jack Manifold here. And there's the proof to say I was not lying. And in the end, I actually got 91 billion likes, while he only got 9. Jack Manifold, but he's a man I fold. It. Yeah!
He needs some milk!
Yeah, get absolutely shambagalard on, mate. In other news, Quackity pretended to quit in a bid to launch his new AI translator. It has 6 languages and it requires a paid subscription for a lot of its services. And it's also never been done before, so, won't cause any issues. Just think, lockdown 2020 when the Dream SMP started. We've seen Chapel Roan rise, we've seen Olivia Rodrigo rise, we've seen Andrew Tate come and go since then, but still, we are talking about the SMP members being absolutely insufferable. I wonder how the Grok rebrand is doing. Getting all the woke stuff out, it's an absolutely great idea, and okay then, that sounds like a alias that Sewer Slut used in 2018. If you know, you know. It's like if in Doctor Who, Ncuti Gatwa friggin' regenerated into Billy Piper for no reason. Ugh. State of that. Wait, that happened? TV drama has been rife this year, we all know that, but hey, at least only one MasterChef presenter had any controversy. Okay then. Well, we at least still have Sesame. Oh, come on! Who did that? Well, at least there's not people gooning to anime grok. Okay. Do we have anything? Anything? Wait, it's being used in US defense? Don't they all hate each other now? Oh. God. We can't even have that not be a thing? Are we serious? Well, at least YouTube are doing something good with their rules. Anyway, celebrity discourse, we always want to know what they be endorsing, don't we? Nicki Minaj clearly seems to be endorsing drug addictions after her new Twitter crash out, this time aimed at SZA. No one knows why. She asked for a feature once apparently. It's a complete mess. No one knows what's going on. Not even sure Nicki Minaj does, she's so fried. Twitter crash outs. That's her job. What is she doing? Also, Roblox endorses dating. Yes, soon enough, they will support over 21s dating using Roblox voice chat. What is this timeline? So with this new costume change, I very clearly had time to reflect on just how nuts this month's events have been. Some of the sentences I've had to say on today's episode of In a Nutshell have been quite frankly ridiculous. Next, you'll be telling me that a CEO had an affair with a member of his company and got caught because during the concert of the band that they saw, Coldplay, they have a Jumbotron section where they say hello to random audience members in the crowd and show them off on a big screen as they're being sung to. Shut the fuck up. That happened. Coldplay have a drama. What timeline even is this? In other news, Alex Warren, during his tour, created a little intro where he spliced up music critic Sam Murphy mentioning him on his podcast to make it sound like he called Alex Warren's music terrible, when in fact he said this.
Fast forward a year, things are looking very different. On the charts at the moment, we have names instead like Alex Warren, Benson Boone, Teddy Swims, Morgan Wallen, and these, I don't want to group all these together and say that what they're all making is terrible music, because that's not the case at all.
And the funniest thing is, if you go watch the video, it's very obviously spliced. Like, look at this.
Talk about Alex Warren making is terrible music.
They couldn't even hide it through, like, editing. They couldn't make it sound realistic. They just shoved it in and thought no one would notice. You know, because no one watches Sam Murphy, apparently. He's only got this many TikTok followers. So, you know, there's no chance of a correlation there, is there? It's a very intelligent, I'd almost say extraordinary move.
My commentary makes this transformative.
Emo, don't I? But bloody hell. That is the most blatant manipulation I've seen since the days of X Factor, when that thing happened. I'm still not over that. Here at Ian, we both have unnecessary costume changes and the position to answer the most intriguing questions of all time, and I am 110% sure that this is in the roster. I wonder who the Nelk Boys have got on their podcast. Haven't seen a collaboration make that little sense since Lunchley. Anyway, in other news, LeBron James' AI and preg videos can no longer be made, as he is now suing the so-called creators. And I tell you what, using LeBron James and mpreg in the same sentence truly shows how much generative AI has revolutionised the English language and just made it that much more beautiful. Absolute cinema, man. Truly the best revolution. Anyway, away from LeBron James being pregnant, let's move on to Astronomer, whose PR is not great. Their CEO and head of HR have since resigned after that, and they have a tough job in their hands. But my God, they absolutely smashed it somehow. In a promotional campaign for them, they had Gwyneth Paltrow in assistance, who is none other than Chris Martin's ex-wife, who had 2 children with him. How they did that is insane. I've never seen anyone play into something that happened to them like that since the low taper fade meme. And honestly, in spite of that being a huge cheating scandal, that might be more acceptable, morally. Because at least it's funny. Unlike this Mr. Beast tweet, which might be the worst of all time. I cannot believe those sentences are even real. What even is a timeline at this point? The amount of times I've had to ask about timeline times. What even are they? What are they? Because why am I seeing this shit? 2025. Let's be clear, 2025 hasn't been the best year by any stretch of the imagination, from all the wars to the fascism to the song Ordinary, but I think what I've recently learned is just as much of a human rights violation as all 3 of those things. Kevin MacLeod makes AI music now, and to think for someone's music who is so simple that it probably trained the algorithms, to see him fall off like this is a huge shame. Ugh, sadly, the way I phrase some of that reminds me quite eerily of that one Brad Tasted music video where he admitted to having a domestic violence charge. So there's your that of the month for all you Twitter knobheads who want 100k likes. And all I'm going to say on the matter, because it's not really my place to talk about it, is that for someone who was dissing Ronnie Radke, basically for having run-ins with the police, I'm not going to finish the sentence. You know what I'm thinking about. And that's where we are. And I admired him at one point in time, so it is a real shame to see just how much he's spiralled and how much of a complete scumbag he's turned into. What a waste of something that really could have been great. That's my general consensus, and it's a real shame that someone else, at the very least, has been turned into a victim because of this. Head away from one weirdo to another. Oh, back to the outfit at the start of the video. We've gone full 360, like the intro, am I right? That was totally not a coincidence. That very well happened on purpose.
Anyway, from one weirdo to another, it is finally that time of the episode, Yay of the Month. And aside from a few more AI singles, an album leak, and a few contests that didn't really go to plan and were cut short because of weather, it's been quite a quiet month for Yay. And yet, that is exactly what a quiet month for Yay entails. Anyway, that is July 2025 in a nutshell.